All right, good afternoon or evening, everybody, depending on where you're logging in from. We have people from all around the world. This is our Sunday live leadership call for Up to Give. My name is Brandon Ivy, based out of Los Angeles, California. Thank you guys for taking time out of your schedule. You know, we do this call once a week. Every week is a chance for everybody to come together. We kind of, debrief on what's been taking place over the past week, how your businesses have been going, a chance for you to share and introduce any new members that you have come on board and give recognition, hear any comments that you have, and we plan out for what's going to take place in the new week. What this call is not a customer service leadership call. That's for customer service. This is not one of those calls. I kind of got derailed last week, so I don't want to have that happen again today. This is a call that's specifically designed just for us to be able to interact with each other and build our culture and our company. So first and foremost, let's start here. Anybody that has any recognitions that they want to give out to members on your team that have been, that are either brand new or have been gone through the stages. If you have reached a new stage, we want to hear it. Unmute your, here's how we're going to do this. Raise your hand, and then I will call on you if you have something to say. If you want to announce that you're on a new stage, a team member's on a new stage, or you have new members that have joined, or you just have a general comment about how has your business been going over the past week since we convened last Sunday. So just raise your hand. You can do that from the chat box. There's a raise hand feature, and I can call on you. And this call is designed to be interactive, not just me talking. This is how we get to know each other. So who wants to be first? Raise your hand. All right. John Jackson, go ahead and unmute yourself.
I just want to congratulate Colin Simmons on getting to level 4 and being a fantastic leader for me. Thank you.
Awesome. And here's another thing, guys. We don't want to call them levels anymore, stages. So congratulations, Colin, for reaching stage 4. I know Colin has a large network that's looking to come on board right now. That's going to be significant, especially after they hear the news that's coming this Tuesday. It's game over. So I'm excited for Colin and his team and all you guys are doing, but you haven't seen nothing yet. All right, let's see who's up next is. Well, you know what? First, let me bring up Colin. Colin, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you. I want to say a quick well done to a lady called Helen from St. Helena. She reached stage 1 today. Helen has been involved in Up to Give for months, trying her hardest, speaking to people, getting the no's, but just going through the motion. And I'm proud to say that today she's gone from ground 0 to stage 1. So just to let everybody know it's possible, you just got to keep going. The thing is, when you talk to somebody today, they may have said no to you 2 weeks ago, but the crazy situation we have right now is that people need what Up to Give is offering. So just go and speak to them again. I think that's what Helen has been doing. So there you go, Brandon.
And what have you been doing that got yourself to stage 4?
Oh, what have I been doing? Well, really, it's about using the hot list that's on our dashboard. It's just trying to understand that the more people you help get off ground 0, that move to stage 1, that will then move to stage 2, it pushes you right up to stage 4 and higher. So what I decided was that I need to just find the people that are struggling, that are not even getting to ground 0, help them get to ground 0. Then it's a case of let's see who else we can help. And that's the sort of thing I'm trying to do. I'm constantly trying to do this. I've still got loads more people to help to get through ground 0, to help their people get through ground 0. That's really all it is, keeping it as simple as possible.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for sharing that, Collins. And you're absolutely correct about the times have changed today. We're going to talk about that the second half of this call and how we can be positioned to be that light for for people that feel that there's nothing but darkness right now. So, and congratulations, Helen, for getting to stage 1 and sticking to it and not giving up and quitting. Congratulations. All right, let me see who is next. Ronald G, go ahead.
Yes, sir. Brandon, thank you for your leadership. I want to give a very big shout out to 3 major leaders, Mr. Alan Silverblatt, who's approaching level 3, and Mr. David Manowit, who is an incredible motivator and leader in our company, a new rising star with us, and another gentleman in North Carolina, Mr. James Parker. These are 3 great gentlemen that have vision, and we're growing our team in the way. And of course, I hit level 4. You know, one of the great things that we're doing, guys, is we're just having a lot of private calls. You know, we're getting with our folks. We're in the trenches every day. We're listening to what everyone has to say, and we're keeping it positive. You know, we're just absolutely weeding out anyone who doesn't, you know, bring the kind of energy that we want to bring to our calls. And it's a very good thing now. We have time to really work this program, and I'm very grateful. Thank you, Peter Ohanian, for being a great mentor, a great leader, and a great sponsor. Thank you.
All right, thank you for sharing, Ronald, and congratulations for getting to stage 4. And you're absolutely right, guys. Help your team members out. Have private calls. Look at that hot box. Start reaching out to folks. All right, next up, my cousin from Colorado, Marnita. Go ahead. Wait a minute. I don't see your mic there. There you go. There you go.
There I am. Hi, Brandon. Okay, you guys, I'm really excited. I finally got my first person, and it was someone I love very much. It was my mother. And I want to give her a special shout out because I can get really busy and sometimes a little into myself, and I'm not really one to pat anyone on the back. But I want to give a shout out to her and tell everyone about the amazing, amazing job this woman is doing. From the first moment she heard about this program, she went to work. She had a list of people who she thought that this program can help. She got on the phone with them. She has been talking to them. And the people that we have in our circle, let's just say a lot of them are very set in their ways. A lot of them are very scared, and a lot of them don't have a lot of money. So they're harder to get to join something as beautiful as this. But she was actually able to get a couple of people. They should be signing up within the next week or so. And so I just wanted to say how proud of her I am. And Brandon, for you, I just want you to know that the information and everything that you have opened up to us, the people that you will be helping through us, they thank you, and they need it more than anyone. So we thank you, and that's it.
Oh, so congratulations to Mom for getting herself involved, and there are big things coming for you, cousin. There's a lot that's about to happen. When we hear the announcements on Tuesday, you're one of the first people that I thought of when I found out, and I know what this is going to do for people's lives. So I can't wait. Keep doing what you're doing. I'm proud of you. Tell Mom congratulations. I said hello, and keep pushing. All right. Next up is Calais herself, the Bitcoin Queen. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks, Brandon. Does it just run in your family that all of you guys sound like, you know, professional radio show hosts, or is that just, I mean, seriously, she could be a good, you know, just like you're up there, just nice verbiage and calm and exciting.
Oh, well, you just wait.
Well, well, I do want to congratulate actually 3 people. And Ricardo Sims, I know that you just saw the text message inside of our chat with Vivian. So Ricardo, David Massengale, and also they have reached level 2. They really just started working this week and trying to understand everything. And then also Cecil Lemkins, who's on here, he's also stage 1 and moving into stage 2. I think by the end of the day, Ricardo should be moving to stage 3. And, you know, I just want to share with you guys, I'm not going out and doing anything special. I'm just talking to people, attracting people on social media, talking about Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, positive information. And they're coming here, and it allows us the ability to share the information with them personally, and then go ahead and, you know, grow together through our teams. And so without, you know, these people trusting us to be involved in this business model, we don't grow a network. And these people are showing, we're not trying to just get a whole bunch of people in or recruit a whole bunch of people. It's more like taking the time and care to support people to understand it as they're going through. So congratulations to all of you. And I'm sure that, I know that I've seen Cecil and Ricardo on here. Obviously, if they're reaching their stages, they might want to just say hello to everyone and recognize their friends and teammates who are clearing stages as well. That's all for me, Brandon.
Well, thank you, Calais, and great leadership that you're doing with your team. And Ricardo, if you'd like to share, raise your hand, and you can share your experience as well. In fact, anybody else, you can raise your hand also. Let me see here. Okay, next up, Peter O. Go ahead, unmute yourself.
Hey, Brandon, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go right ahead, sir.
Awesome. So, guys, I wanted to extend my thanks to not only the people on our team, but also on everyone's team for really, really a commendable effort that everyone is doing to make this a one-team process. You know, there are many people that go above and beyond their own teams. Brandon, yourself included, you've helped, you know, you've helped us out on so many times, Calais, yourself as well. And so many other people that have really, you know, helped to get us involved and bring up our you know, our leaders that, you know, want to see someone who's done that, like, you know, 7-figure, you know, networking and things like that in the past. And, you know, that's really bolstered a lot of people's confidence in this venture. And so we're really excited about that. But as far as recognition goes, I want to actually recognize everybody in stage 4, 3, 2, 1 and ground zero, because I don't know how many there are. There's a lot. But as far as the people that I really want to point out, Michelle Whidbey is in stage 4, and she is literally like my sister. And I'm so happy to have her really going along with us on this journey. And obviously, definitely Ron Jean, he's doing an amazing job. He's at stage 3, but he's going to be at stage 5 any minute now.
All right, fantastic. Congratulations, all you guys, and Peter, for the amount of work that you're putting in for your group as well. And you're right about one thing, that there is no thing as such as our teams anymore. It's one team. We're all part of the same team. No matter what genealogy or lineage you come from, we are all helping each other's success. Your success is our success, and vice versa. So when you start meeting people in the community, don't always think, well, I'm only going to help somebody if they came from my downline, you know, because we're all part of the same downline now. That's what the whole global community line is all about. So congratulations, Peter. Thank you. Appreciate all the work that you're putting in for your group. I have no doubt seeing you at stage 6 in the future. All right, so next up, I see Drew. Go ahead, Drew.
Hello, Mr. Ivy. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go right ahead.
I hope I'm clear with everybody. I just want to say a big shout out to everybody that reached their goals. When I seen it for the first time, and I'm like, oh my goodness, the way it was presented with the I was just so happy. It just reignited some more fire in me. And I just want to say thank you to Mr. Ivy, because it was because of your trainings, and I'm trying to duplicate how you present. I'm up practicing just like you to be able to deliver it. And I'm following your footsteps, and it's a lot of hope that's going on right now. Even in my team, I'm flirting with level 3 right now. I wrapped it up. But it's just the work that we put in from the beginning, when the first time I seen you did your interview, when I came into the presentation, when I came into the business, and just doing it. And I'm looking at April. There's no way I would have thought that the situation with the whole world is going to happen like it is now. But it's just with you and everybody that's on the team, and seeing everybody hitting their goals and everything. It's just amazing to be in Up to Give right now. And last but not least, it's a lady on my an elderly woman. I'm sorry, an elderly woman. She's 75 years old. She's 75 years old, and I was with her, and we she was so happy that she reached a new stage, and she got her whole blueprint for stage 3 already mapped out, and she's so excited for the hope that Up to Give is bringing. And I just wanted to say thank you, and not, I'm just excited too. So thank you, appreciate it.
Well, thank you for sharing that, Drew, and I appreciate it. I love that you are practicing to do the presentations. I wish there were a whole lot more people. We have a bunch of qualified people that can do it, and it's not difficult. The way these presentations are designed, all you really have to do is read what's on the screen in front of you. And then you share a little bit about your experience and put your own flavor on top of it, so it guides you. So this is one in my entire career, one of the easiest presentations it is to give, because it literally is word for word right on the screen. So keep practicing and doing that, Drew, and record yourself doing it, and do private presentations for your groups, and watch how fast your business grows when you're not anymore needing to wait for somebody else to do a presentation, and you can do it yourself at any given time. That is when your business explodes. I figured that out years ago. And so I always want to do a presentation because I know what it's going to do for the team. So keep up the great work, Drew. All right, next up is, the superstar. Wait, got to go online here. Next up is, and when you speak, please lower your hands. Cecile Lumpkins II. Go ahead and unmute yourself.
Hi, how you doing, Brandon?
Good. Go right ahead, sir.
Oh, honestly, I just want to go ahead and give just a whole bunch of thanks to this support as far as in this community. I came in, and literally just because of the support and what you guys actually have in the back office and a lot of these other things that are going on, it's I could just say Calais. I'd like to go ahead and give a whole lot of gratitude to her as far as her support. She's just phenomenal. And working with her, my mother-in-laws came in, my wife's came in. Basically, I want to go ahead and congratulate both of them as far as getting past their ground zeros. So now I'm just working with them and just learning exactly how to go ahead and build these guys up and then build up their teams. I'm just helping everyone.
That's what I'm talking about, getting the family involved too. Congratulations. Anything else you wanted to share?
No, just literally the thanks. I just love exactly what this community is about, what it stands for, and literally the way that it's going. And I'm just right now shooting for level 2, my next stage rather, as far as stage 2, and then just helping everyone else that's within that organization do the same thing. I had a couple of individuals that contacted me outside of our group. I don't know how they found me, but they were already in here and they just asked for help. And because of Calais' help, I've been able to assist them in helping them with their group. So it's just the support team that I really love.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Lumpkins. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you.
Okay. Next up, South African superstar. This gentleman has had a very good week with his group, and it is just the beginning. So I'll allow him to share. Philip, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Thank you, Brandon. How's it going, everybody? Well, as Brandon said, I'm from South Africa, and South Africa has been amazing. I'll share just a little bit of stories on how everything started off. But before I do that, I just want to give a shout out to Mrs. Money, who's from South Africa. She's part of my team. I see she's on here. And I'd like to just tell her that well done, congratulations, and for actually going all the way to stage 4. It's a magnificent job that you did with your team as well. So how this all started, guys, it started like within 4 days, all right? We started with like 5 people. The 5 people within 1 day. The next day we went to 30. And in the next day, we went to 60. And then the next day, we went to 200. That was the fourth day, and I did a presentation for 200 people. From the first day, having 5 to 200 was amazing. So that's how South Africa operates. So it's just unfortunate that we are stuck in the situation that we are in. So it's a little bit of a slow pace that we're operating at the moment. However, I'm sure that once this passes and with any other updates that are coming up, I think it's going to give everybody more momentum to push even harder. But I can honestly tell you that South Africa is an amazing team, and we have amazing people there that are doing their best to push forward. And this is spreading like wildfire. And from the first time that we started, this is from the 15th of March, I think we are sitting with a team of maybe 400 people already, all right, on board, which I would say most of them are sitting between stages 3 and 4. All right. So guys, I can tell you this is amazing for South African people. It's a wonderful opportunity, and that's why they are coming on board in numbers. And it's not only just South Africa, because we are tapping into our neighboring countries, which is Zimbabwe, Namibia, and also Mozambique. So this is gonna explode. So yeah, thank you very much, Brandon.
Thank you for sharing, Philip. And he's actually being modest. When the news comes out on Tuesday, I already know what's going to happen over there. And this is going to go like wildfire from what it's already doing now. A lot of their leaders have already done a great job and reaching stage 3, 4, and been close to qualified for stage 5 under the certain conditions. And it is just going to get, let me shut up. They are going to love the new information that's going to come out on Tuesday, and they're going to take action of it. And I always say this to our American brothers and sisters, that I believe the biggest growth is going to happen outside of the United States. And they are hungry. They have a great work ethic. All they're looking for is an opportunity. And once given it, they run with it. And they're going to run with this so fast. And while Americans are still trying to figure things out. So you guys, we got some catching up to do, but congratulations to Philip, the South African team. And this is literally just the beginning. They just laid the foundation for what's about to happen with them. So I'm so proud to see what they do. And guys, it's only been, 2 weeks that they've been on board. So congratulations, Philip. All right, so next up, I see is David. David, go right ahead.
Yeah, thanks, Brandon, for another great call. Always a pleasure to have you leading these calls. And I just want to reach out to some of the leaders that I've been working with. Ron, Gene. Ron's always told me never give up. We've been through a little bit of good and bad times, and when we have a platform like this, that we can come from all over the world. It's exciting to hear someone from Africa building a country, and I have a team that we're building together right now that consists of a lady that I just met this week, Riza. Just want to reach out to you. She's about to hit level 2, or excuse me, stage 2. And I've been, working real close with her, and she's now, we're opening up Canada, with her leadership. We're opening up, throughout the beautiful country of, here in America. And also we spoke to a person that's going to sign up today from Mexico. And, so Riza, keep doing a great job, and I'm going to work right next to you and work with you, including Mr. Jim Parker. One of the things that Mr. Ron Jean had done, for me personally as a good friend, was bringing me and Jim Parker together. This gentleman out there, North Carolina, he's got a heart of a lion. He's just just going at it, and at times I got to tell him, hey, Jim, slow down for a minute. Let me take a breather. Oh, okay, Dave. Okay. yeah, but I'm gonna call you back in a minute. And I'm like, okay, I meant like maybe, you know, a couple of minutes, Jim. Okay. And then we'll go at it again. And I want to just say something, something for my mother out there in the Philippines right now, because she had left in March. But before she left, I was actually, you know, training her, you know, and that's what we got to do with our people, especially the ones, the new ones coming in. We got to take time with them. We gotta educate them about Bitcoin and blockchain, because, you know, they're from the old school. You know, they don't know a lot about this digital currency, this Bitcoin stuff. So we got to take time to not just bring people in and just, hey, they're just a number. You know, we get your two and get, there's a little bit of the time that we give them, you know, to go back into their back office and go really through the cause with them and why we're doing this and the reason for that. So when they come back and learn this, they're gonna duplicate, because that's what we have is a platform that we can duplicate throughout the world. And what my mother is doing in the Philippines right now, because I gave her PDF forms, because they don't have really good connection with internet and all of that, and she's not really too good on the computer or laptop. So she's doing it old school with you know, paper, and she's showing these good folks out there what Up to Give is about, and they're sending me through messengers like pictures of her going through this, and I haven't seen her for a few months, well, maybe 2 months now, and because they're quarantined over there, they can't come home yet. But isn't it like what Peter said yesterday in one of our calls, is this is a perfect time for all of us to be at home. We can't go nowhere. You know, we can share this with so many people, and that's what she's doing over there in the Philippines. And you know, if she can't hear me right now, and I want to just reach out to her and say, hey, I'm proud of her in spirit. You know, that I will let her know that you know, that she's doing a great job. And so, thank you, Brandon. Success to all of us. We're just beginning. We haven't even hit critical mass, you guys. You know, let's do this. If there's one thing I want to really end this with, is about feeling good. Something Bob Ullman said today in our call, leadership call too, as well, in our group, that we got to find a feel good. And when we radiate that to the world, the universe feels that. And that's when we're going to cure this pandemic that we're going through. And it's about us together doing it. So thank you, Brandon. You guys have a great day, and let's keep moving, guys.
All right. Thank you for sharing, David. Now, next up, and forgive me if I pronounce your name wrong, but Rawinia. Go ahead and unmute yourself and correct me if I said your name incorrectly.
Hey, Brandon. No, you're on the button, bro. Thanks very much for taking our call. I just wanted to give a shout out to one of my team members, my mum, who's just been really inspiring this week, Jan. Thanks very much for you know, constantly ringing and really wanting to find out what this Up to Give stuff is all about, and being on the calls. And yeah, just want to reach out to some of the other people in our messenger group on Messenger, Rahim, and also Marvi. Thanks for all the support, guys. Janet, thank you very much. Really glad that I'm a part of this awesome opportunity, especially now. Got a few things to work out, but each day is a new day. So thanks very much. All the way from New Zealand.
All right, from New Zealand. Thank you for sharing. Next up, Leon Ferry. How can I say your name right? The wrong way. Leon, go ahead, unmute yourself. South Africa.
Hey, Brandon, buddy. It is Ferreira. It's the easiest way to say that is Ferreira. Just Leon Ferreira. Yeah. Ferreira, yeah.
I got you. Go right ahead, sir.
Yeah. Brandon, just, you know, I just want to also just give a good shout out to what's happening in South Africa at the moment. I'm meeting
Hey, Leon, we lost you. We lost your audio.
Projects in South Africa, where with the leaders that we have, the caliber of the leaders that we have in South Africa, we've built teams that at one stage were growing at 1,000 members per day. I'm talking 1,000 members from South, you know, in South African teams per day joining. The South Africans are hardworking people. They really have good ethic. They, you know, work ethic, like you said. But not only that, they work with an amazing amount of passion. When they get something, where, you know, the leaders, especially that I know that I've been in contact with, once they get something, once they get the vision, they just absolutely run with it. I mean, we were at one stage, we were in a team where something very similar to Up to Give was also a peer-to-peer, you know, contribution platform. Unfortunately, technically, it didn't hold up. It just didn't hold up with the expansion. But we were working in teams where some of us were just doing the admin. All we were doing is we were just getting Excel spreadsheets with names as people have joined, while, you know, we sort of would work out where people would fill in a Google form. And as the Google form comes in with the new names on it, some of us would, that's all we'll do. I was on a team at one stage of 3 or 4 admin guys. All we were doing is registering people in the right order. So we would get the basic information, do the registration, then hand it over to them with the, you know, with the password that they would change, and we'd take it from there. It was absolutely crazy. And those were, I thought, the heydays, you know. I believe we're on the verge of that wave coming back. And I think the Up to Give timing for the time that we've just gone into, absolutely perfect for that. I don't know what, if this is, you know, the right way to say this, but I think this whole situation has been a great catalyst for what is happening at the moment. And I think Up to Give is just 100%. I think it's divine intervention myself personally. That's just, you know, part of my belief system. I believe nothing happens just summer, you know, by coincidence. I believe this is really in there. And I really, really am looking forward to what's lying ahead. And then also, I'm really looking forward to Tuesday night, so that at least you can have some relief, you know, so that you don't explode. Because I know you'd like to. I know you'd like to share. I can just hear it, you know.
Oh, you have no
every now and then,
idea.
the release valve go, but before you blow. Anyway, thank you so much again from our side as well, from South Africa, for the wonderful work you're doing. And to all the other leaders, I'm really looking forward to something amazing up ahead.
Well, thank you, Leon. And the South Africans even caught the attention of the CEO, because he told me a couple of weeks ago that he'll come to South Africa and we'll do an event out there. So we'll keep you guys posted. In fact, when this whole coronavirus stuff is over, we'll be hitting the road and doing traveling in different cities and different countries. So I can't wait to get back to doing that. All right. So with that, and another thing Leon is right about, we are attracting a lot of people. I love the leaders that we're attracting. I see Bob Oldman. Bob is a superstar in this industry. He has helped a lot of people, and I just can't wait to see the type of impact he'll have working through a system like this, especially after the news comes out on Tuesday. Now, when that news comes out, I'm going to do a Zoom. I haven't decided the time yet, because I don't know all the information yet either. I know some of it. So I don't know what all is going to be shared and said on Tuesday. So if it's more than I thought, if I might need another 24 hours to compress it myself, but either Tuesday evening or I may wait till Wednesday, we're gonna have another leadership call. We'll call it an emergency leadership call, so that I can break down exactly what was shared, what it means for all of us, how we're going to take advantage of it, and the game plan moving forward. If I have it too late on Tuesday, it's going to be too late for the international folks, because I think the call is at 2 p.m. Eastern, so that's 11 a.m. my time. I could schedule it for, I don't know how long he's going to go. So normally I was going to schedule it for 3, but he may go longer than an hour. So, and if I schedule it even later, then it's real late for you guys. So I might have to wait till Wednesday, but I'll see. I'll think on it for the next 24 hours and let you guys know. All right, so Sarah, thank you guys for sharing. Now let's talk about, and this is this is like a dead zone, because I'm I'm right at the end of where we are about to be, and I can't talk about it. And so here's what we're going to do, how we can prepare for this. It is very important that we have a very, very clear understanding of the uniqueness of what we are going through and this time. Let me mute all the lines. Wait. I see Bob Ullman there. Bob, are you there? I'd love to hear from you.
Yes, I am here. Do you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead and share a few words.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure whether I was on. Yeah, just wanted to say that I'm very excited with everything going on. I've gotten a tremendous excitement about this business over the last week or so, and I'm really it's going in the right direction here. And these calls are fun to plug into. And thanks so much for your leadership on this, Brandon. I know you've been very dedicated, and I've only recently just begun to see the real power that this potentially has. So I'm happy to be here and be part of it. And thank you very much.
Thank you, Bob. Thank you for sharing. All right, now I need to mute everybody out. I'll give one last. Is there anybody else that had anything there? Because I don't see any hands raised, but I see microphones open. Dorcas or Lee, was there something that you guys wanted to share?
No. Just listening.
All right, no problem. What about you, Lee? All right, nothing from Lee. So I got the lines muted out. All right, so it's very important that we acknowledge and understand the extraordinary situation that we all find ourselves in, and to know that it is not a single event. It is not a regional event. We are experiencing something that mankind has never experienced on a global scale before, on a collective effort. You can go back to the Great Depression, that was kind of caused in the United States, localized. The pandemic of the Spanish flu came after World War I. But the world is so interconnected today that what happens in one part of the world directly and indirectly impacts everybody else. But never before have we had an entire global shutdown. What's happening in your neighborhoods and cities right now with the lockdown is happening and repeating itself all over the world. We are all in the same situation. In fact, once we come out the other side of this, the world will not be the same again. I shared this with a team maybe a couple of weeks ago, that even for those of us in the United States that experienced 9/11, life has not gone back to the way it was before 9/11. You go to the airport right now and we still have to take off our shoes. That was unthought of before 9/11. And that was almost 20 years ago. So the impact of this event is going to be felt for generations. And the generations from now is going to have a name for this, just like we named the Great Depression, just like an event like Pearl Harbor or 9/11. This is something that is not just going to go away. And we're all going through it. But even in these dire times, and knowing that we are still at the beginning of this, because we haven't reached the peak yet. And as a shutdown happens, there's ripple effects to that. It's not that we're just staying home, but people aren't able to go to work. They're not able to get their paycheck, which means if they don't get their paycheck, they're not able to spend the money. They can't buy food and groceries. They cannot pay their bills. And if you're not spending that money in the stores, those stores are not getting the revenue that they once got before, which means that they're either going to have to raise prices to compensate, or they're going to have to fire and lay more people off. We've had record unemployment in 1 week in the United States, and in our history, more than 30 to 40 million people have filed for unemployment in 1 week. We've never had that before. Great Depression unemployment was at 25%. Now, that was recorded, so it was up to 50%. But if you have more than 30% unemployment, then you got to think of is probably more up to 60-65% from those that don't report it, or those that are working underneath the table or not on the books. Those are the first individuals to get hit. Service type jobs, so everybody is hurting. We have a solution, and this is how you have to look at it. We have a solution for the problem. Every single successful business out there is successful because they found a solution to a problem, and they sell the solution. That's it. They showcase the problem and they sell the solution. They don't sell the product. They sell the solution. So that is what you have to do now. Even though we're in a situation where we cannot publicly go out there and start blasting your link, making YouTube videos and all that stuff, we do have a couple of materials that has passed compliance that you can post, but it is all in how you do it. Here's the wrong thing to do. Say, I am so glad I work from home because I'm making money while everybody else is getting laid off. You want to be like me? Nobody wants to hear that. That's a show off. That's a turn off to people. They're like, good for you, next. Nobody wants to hear that. And you're going to sound just like everybody else. Instead, you employ what's called the feel, felt, found method. I'm going to teach that method right now, and then we're going to dismiss very quickly. I can go a whole weekend on this. This is how I build my business. I'm always the number one recruiter in everything that I do, but I don't recruit. How is that possible? People like to buy. They don't like to be sold. So when you follow the feel, felt, found method, people want to know that you actually care. Do you understand? Do you feel their pain? And it should be easy because it is our pain. We're all going through this. You think it's bad now. Wait till the 15th and May 1st and then May 15th rolls around when people aren't getting their paychecks, when they're running out of food and they're going to bread lines. That was from the Great Depression. When they're trying to figure out how to keep the bills getting paid because the bills aren't going to stop. When you're relying on the stimulus check, for whatever reason, it doesn't come on time. Then you're going to start seeing people panic. And that's when things start to get really bad. So the only message coming out of your mouth should be, first and foremost, I feel your pain. I understand what you're going through. I felt or feel the same way because I'm going through it. So when you start having conversations or you're making posts, that's what you're talking about. I'm so sad for people out there that are losing their jobs in these hard times. I understand what that's like. I know somebody that's going through this. That is what you're talking about. Then the next thing you talk about is, I feel the same way. I either are going through it myself or I know others that's going through the same situations as you guys. It's happening all over the world. And then the found comes into place. And the found is, I am so glad that I chose a plan B because I don't know how long this coronavirus is going to last. I don't know how long they're going to keep us home. I don't know that even if it's over, that my job is still going to be there for me. So I had to find a plan B to be able to take care of myself and my family. And I'm so glad that I did. That's it. You're not talking about how much you're making. You're not talking about how much money that you're able to survive and nobody else can. You're just thankful and grateful for what you found in your life that's helping you in this same crisis that everybody's going through. You never have to say the name of the company. At most, you're talking about not only are you doing that, but you're helping other people at the same time with charities and philanthropy. How many churches out there are suffering because they cannot gather on Sunday, and now the tithe boxes and the donations are drying up? How many nonprofits and charities are suffering? How many restaurants are suffering because they don't have patrons that are able to come through their doors? So you've got a lot of material to be dealing with here because it's everybody on all aspects of life. And we're always thankful and grateful for our first responders and the people at the front lines and our nurses and our doctors. But then you have to think about other people who are on the front lines dealing with people day to day. Like when you go to the grocery store and you see the grocery attendant, that attendant is attending every single person coming through the door, which means they're exposed. The mail postmen, public bus drivers, policemen, firemen, ambulance, all those essential jobs that you might think, well, at least they have a job, but they're also now most at risk. But they have to because they got to go to work and put food on the table. So they have to put themselves at risk, which means they end up putting their families at risk. This is literally life and death that we're dealing with right now. Not my company's better than yours. Because my message is always find a plan B, not join my plan B. Find a plan B. It is necessary. You don't have a choice anymore. And when you share, you found your plan B, here's how people think. Wow, your plan B could be my plan B. If you understand exactly what I'm going through, and you went through the same thing, but you found something that's gonna hold you over during this time, maybe that could be the same thing that can help me out in my situation. I learned this skill, and this is what's called a soft skill. The ability to relate, the ability to have empathy, the ability to see people more than just a number, the ability to attract. It's a soft skill. It's not taught in school. And I learned it as an adult. First time I heard it was a gentleman by the name of Steve Carter. Then I heard it from Chris Oliver. Then I heard it from all seven-figure earners in this industry understand this. The power of stories. If you've ever attended an Eric Worre event, where he has his event annually in Vegas, and it's a bunch of 7- and 8-figure earners slapping each other on the back, you know, highlighting. So it's really a chance for you to learn from other 7 figures, but really, it's kind of like a bragging type of convention. You want to be seen by the other 7 figures. Information is awesome and fantastic. They're not selling anything. But when they have their speakers on the stage, you notice a pattern. 7, 8-figure earners. None of them is talking about their product, their company, or compensation plan. And every single one of them shares their story. They share their story. Once you get good at sharing your story, you will have success at anything. Because even if you were to change business, your story is still the same. I mean, if you think that your success is dependent on the business and the company and whatever product they're selling, and so you decide to highlight the product, highlight the compensation plan, and that's all you're talking about. And then for whatever reason, that business doesn't pan out for you. And so somebody on Facebook shoots you over a message about a new company that has a better product and a better compensation plan. So you join that one, and then you start talking about, again, this new company and their new product and their new compensation plan. Eventually, people are looking at you like you're crazy. They're like, oh, here we go again. But if you're sharing your story, people don't even know what company you're a part of. And the one thing that we cannot have full control over is what companies do. So you don't ever want to put yourself in a situation where the company lets you down, not you. But now you have a bad name and a bad reputation. What is your story? Your story should always have a feel, felt, found method to sharing your story. You listen to every single top earner in every company, and they all do the same thing. You might find a lot of them, they can't give up. I always found that very interesting. The top earners were not the ones doing the presentations. They were always the ones sharing testimonials and talking about others and who else they've helped on their team to achieve success. So during this time, you have to be empathetic to people's situation. You can't approach them as, you're stupid if you don't join me, and starve then. They're not going to be receptive to that. They're not going to be receptive to you posting, oh, everybody's out of work and I made $8,000 in contributions. They don't want to hear that. They want to hear that you understand their situation. You've gone through it yourself, or you know somebody who has. You found a solution for yourself that's working and you're glad for it. And then the day will come where they decide to contact you. I forgot who mentioned it earlier. I don't know if it was David or who. That said, there's people that heard about this months ago, but because of what's going on with coronavirus now, they're looking around for a plan B. So they're going to say, I remember David was talking about that. Let me call up David and see what it is that he's into. What does he have going on? Here's another thing. You ever heard that old saying, light me on fire and people will come to watch me burn? Light yourself on fire. I did a crypto talk the other day. I don't know if it's a Thursday or Friday. And for the first time in 2 years, I was off my game. Those of you here in my crypto talks know what I'm talking about. And I couldn't focus right because I was just sharing some information about where Up to Give is going. I was just so excited. Do you know, after that call, how many messages I got from people saying, I don't know what it is you're talking about, but where do I sign up? I didn't even say anything. It's just your ability to relate and attract people to you. Share your story. Share your cause. Share the fact that we are in positions to help a lot of institutions out there, that we've got a whole ministry section that's coming up, presentations, videos, that we're here to help in this time of crisis. Not, let me show you how much money you can make. We're here to help. And if you're looking for some help, maybe, just maybe, we have a solution for you. Why don't you come on out and take a look at our presentation? And if you like it, then we can go from there. If not, hey, no hard feelings. I hope you find something that can help you in your situation. But in this day and age, I'm sorry, but people don't have the luxury of being picky. People don't have the luxury of wanting to have their nose up at an opportunity when even if coronavirus is finished, they may not even have a job to go back to. We are reaching desperation point, and it's going to come faster and sooner than later than everybody expects. But during the same amount of time, because of Up to Give, we're going to have so many people and stories of people that have received more than they ever have in their business life, that under these circumstances, this is going to be their best producing year ever because of Up to Give. And we start talking about those stories, and then you're going to have more people flooding into the system because what they're currently doing is not working. They don't need you to tell them that. They already know it. You got to know how social media is. Everybody fakes it. They don't tell the real truth of what's going on in their life. And it's not for you to point it out. All you're doing is providing a solution to, you already know they have a problem. This is why I already know most Americans don't have $1,000 in their savings account. 90% of Americans don't.
Well,
Most Americans
yeah,
can't
some of the ones.
Hold on 1 second. Somebody unmuted themselves. I thought I had this all muted. All right, it went quiet again. But I already know these statistics. So when I see all this faking and fronting on social media, I just kind of smile at them. But then I offer a solution so that they can make what they're faking a reality without me having to call them out. It's an ego thing with people. And they appreciate that too. So that's all I wanted to be able to share for now. What can you do in your business to focus on? Here's a hint. You want to help as many people as possible get off of ground zero. You want to help as many people as possible get there too. That's all I can say that I'm allowed to say. I don't know what earballs is hearing me now, because I'll get called out real quick if I'm saying too much. And I'll get slapped down from corporate. That's all I can say. Kalay's on here. She's hearing me.
I'm stalking you. I got you.
So all I can say, help as many people as possible get off of ground zero. And then when you hear all the info from our CEO on Tuesday, we'll come back, do another call like this, and it is game time at that point. I told you I came out of retirement. I've been in retirement for 3 years, and I'm coming out full force, like our life depended on it, because it does. So with that, that is it for our Sunday night leadership call. Thank you guys for joining us. The goal is you want to have all your new members on this call every week. This call number should be growing. We should have thousands of people on this call. It's international time zone. So those that are serious, make this a habit. I mean, what else you doing? You can't tell me you're busy going to work because nobody's at work. You're at home. You need to have your members plugging in. I am doing a presentation tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. It'll be short, 20 minutes. We're in and out. And I told the South African team the other day that if the numbers on the presentation can go up, I will add an extra international presentation on Tuesday. So I'll do one on Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday. So you got 3 live presentations a week for the international community. That's not just South Africa, that's Europe, Asia, South America, it doesn't matter. But it's designed for that time zone, that 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific time zone. That's for you guys. So if we can get the numbers and participation up, then I'll make the time out of my schedule and add that to do that. So thank you guys for joining us. Thank you all, you new people. Congratulations on everybody hitting the stages. If you want one of those banners that's congratulating you for stage 3 and 4, you must have contributed to that stage. Don't send me a screenshot in the back office saying this is the stage you're on, because that's not actually accurate. That's actually showing you a stage ahead of you. I need to know, what stage did you contribute to? If you contributed to stage 3 and stage 4, then you get in there. All I need is what stage you're on and your picture and your name, and we'll create and get you recognized. So get with your upline to get that information. They get it on over to me. But we're in for a ride of our lives, ladies and gentlemen, and we're going to be able to help a lot of people in the process. And the more people you help, the more you end up helping yourself. This call was recorded. I'm going to get it up into the Facebook group, and I'll add it on YouTube unlisted for those that want to share it with your team members that weren't able to make it on. God bless everybody. See you tonight. Bitcoin Brandon out. Bye-bye.